Alright. I think it works. Alright. So we're back at last. Hopefully my clock is right. Almost here. 12:30. So we're gonna get going on this. I'm gonna get right, see how it goes. I'm back again. We're gonna have another Thursday special, but it's only Wednesday. But we're gonna make the most of it. We're gonna have some fun. Gonna have a grand old time. So I don't know if some of you guys have seen outside. It's a beautiful day. We got the sun shining. We should have some good weather coming in for us. So it doesn't get much better than that. So hopefully you guys are having fun. Hopefully you guys are doing good. It's a little cold out, but we're doing good with the rain. Hasn't rained today yet. It might. We're gonna hope not. We're gonna hope that it holds back for a little bit, but gonna get some cold temperatures tonight, and hopefully it'll kind of balance out. Hopefully it'll get back, but as I see for today, we don't have any rain. Not much rain today. We got a high about 50 and a low about 35, so it's been a lot colder than it has, but I don't know if you guys have stepped outside yet or kind of got to get outside or get your exercise on. So many different things you could think about to do, many different things you guys could do outside. There's plenty of fun activities and games that you guys are able to work with and go around, and hopefully you're not by yourself and you got someone with you, and you guys are going to make the most of it. So pretty cool, something to think about, and always fun to get outside and get going and get active. So you guys want to stay active, you guys want to stay as busy as you guys could get, and should be pretty cool. So hopefully I'm on the right thing. We're gonna hope for the best. I don't even know, but pretty cool. So I was thinking maybe we'll do a word game today. Should be pretty cool, something a little different, but not too bad. So that's all we could do. Should be a lot of fun. Hopefully you guys will like it. So we're doing good. Sorry about that. I got sidetracked. Close that. But we're gonna have some fun today, and that's all we could do. So hopefully you guys will enjoy it. We're gonna give us a minute, and we're gonna get things going. And it's really all we're gonna be able to do. So hopefully we're gonna have some fun today, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it. I'm thinking about doing a little word game. So hopefully you guys will like it. We're getting on track and gonna be there. And I was thinking last time I believe we did something along the lines of the word F and words that begin with F and different words like that. So I figured we could kind of keep going on with it. We'll keep progressing, we'll work our way to the next letter. So next letter after F, how about we try G? See where G gets us. See how many words we could think of with that. See how many hints I could give you guys. How many things that you guys could kind of guess from what I was thinking, or even just what words that you guys could give me. So we're gonna try it out, see how it goes. It should be pretty fun. Hopefully you guys will like it, but everyone's different, so we're gonna try and see. Um, so I'll start off with some shorter words and kind of work my way up from there. See how that goes, but that should all be pretty good. So hopefully you guys will enjoy it. So to start off today, it's gonna be Wednesday. It's gonna be Wednesday. But pretty good day. Much better than the rest of these days we've had out so far. So a little something different. But I'm gonna make the most of it. pretty good. So we're gonna see where it goes, where this day takes us. Lovely Wednesday in April 22nd. So hopefully you guys are having fun. Hopefully you guys had a good day so far. Hopefully you guys are had some breakfast, getting ready for the day. I had a little something to eat before this so far. Hopefully, I will be eating some lunch after this, so it should be a lot of fun. I'm not sure what I'm having. I think I might order in some Mexican food, something like that. So we'll see where it goes. But hopefully you guys are hanging in there. You guys are doing well. Everyone's okay, and we're here for you guys. So if you need anything, feel free to reach out to us. We're doing the most for you guys, so feel free. So I'm starting with G. We're gonna start with words that begin with the letter G. We're gonna see how many can you guys get, and basically we're gonna see what hints I could get from you guys. So we'll take this down the road. We'll start off with some words that are gonna be a little easier, and a little something that we're gonna work our way. We're gonna kind of progress down the line. So hopefully you guys will like it. Hopefully it'll work out, and that's all we could do. So let's see what you guys think and what you guys gonna go about it. So first word, 3-letter word. We're gonna start off with. So I was thinking could be another word for maybe a diamond or a nice type of ruby that you might find. You hear a lot of times say, well, they haven't had these in a long time, but say you're driving down the block in a residential area or something, you might see someone having a garage sale. And a lot of times people might say, wow, what a blank I found at the garage sale or at something like a thrift store, or diamonds, rubies, and blank. You could probably think are a girl's best friend. Yeah, pretty good. So that's where I was going with it. So I'll start off pretty easy. The word gem. You might find a nice little gem at a garage sale or a gem at a thrift store. It's usually something that's very precious. You might know it as like as a precious type of stone or something kind of along the lines of that. So something different, pretty cool. But we'll work our way on. So I had another one that you guys, I'm hoping you'll be able to understand and hopefully be able to get out of it. So a lot of times I think this is a pretty good way of explaining it. Hopefully you guys will kind of add in your 2 cents on whether or not it is or isn't, or how you guys could help out with some of these hints and riddles that I might be trying to give. But uh, realistically, it's a body part, I guess you could say. Normally the best way you kind of hear these being said or being talked about is they have this type of blank feeling within them. And usually it comes from within their stomach or around that area. And basically, it's just one of those things that when people have one of these types of feelings, they usually are very nervous. They don't necessarily want to do what is going on, and normally when you have kind of one of these feelings or these blank feelings, I kind of can't say the word, so it's a little harder to describe it. But normally when you're having kind of some of these feelings, they're usually not good ones. So normally it might help you rethink your choices or what you're doing or what you got yourself into, because when you have kind of one of these feelings, it's a good way of explaining it, I guess you could say, is your overall body kind of knowing that the situation you're trying to get yourself into may not be the one that you want or the one you deserve, or however you might want to look at that. So really, it's just kind of like a something in the stomach, this type of feeling. Very close, but I think you know where I was going with it. So Yeah, pretty good. So like a gut feeling. When you get a gut feeling, it's usually not a good one. Usually you're probably gonna start doing something that either you're not very aware of, or better way of explaining it might be something you're not very comfortable with. Um, Usually you can also have good ones too, I guess. I didn't even think of that. You could think about like the butterflies in your stomach when something good happens. So plenty of different ways to think about it. Normally, in the sense that a lot of times you hear it or you'll see it in movies and TV shows. It's usually not something in the best way, but it could be. So it could be. So this next word that I'm thinking of is a word that you know what? It's a place. It's a place that you guys might go. It's something you like to do. It keeps you in shape. It keeps you going. It keeps you um, enthusiastic to kind of stay active and stay doing things. And there's many different ways that people might think of it, or might try to go along the lines of it, or might even describe it in tons of different ways. You could even like there's so many different ways to describe it. So first off, you might have one of these in your house. Not everyone might, but I know some people do. It's pretty cool because then you don't even have to leave. Um, it's also something that not everyone does. Not everyone goes to one of these. Not everyone does this type of activity or type of exercise that might be happening at this place. They also offer I guess a lot of people would also know them for like their classes. They do a lot of different types of classes and different types of things that help kind of that are able to kind of help people kind of. Oh man, you distracted me with that. It helps people kind of get together and stay going. And when you're doing these types of things with other people, you don't. It makes you want to do them more. You're not isolating yourself. You're not singling yourself out. You're not the only one doing it. You're not as embarrassed about it. You don't feel as self-conscious for some of these people, but it's I guess a great definition for it is it's a place you go to lift things up and put things down. And exactly, that's a whole other thing. That I should have mentioned this phrase. It kind of slipped my mind, but these things have been closed for the whole quarantine because too many people were starting to go to them. They began to get very crowded, and a lot of times the machines and different things weren't very clean there. So exactly, these are you get a membership for it for a year, for a month, many different ways to look at it. So exactly. So a gym membership. So a lot of people tend to go to the gym. Some people might even have a gym in their house. There's many different ways to go about it. We're not talking about the name gym, but we're talking about the place where you might go to work out. You might lift things up, put them down. You might see people, you might socialize. There's many different reasons why people go to the gym. A lot of times they're trying to get their body back in shape, or they're trying to keep it in shape, and they're trying to prepare for the next day and what may come. So pretty cool. I hope you guys are still working out. Hopefully you guys are still getting your exercise in. I actually worked out before this, so I got a little workout in this morning already. Hopefully, I'll try to get back in there, try to get doing things, try to make the most of this, because a lot of times we're doing these little home workouts now because we're not able to kind of get out and get to the gym. And hey, if you have one in your house, better for you, but hopefully it's getting used. I know a lot of times these people might even have them in their houses, and they tend not to even use them. So hey, you got to make the most with what you got. You got to do what you can, and you got to stay as active and as healthy as you can. You got to use it before you lose it is what they say. I've heard a lot of times. So, got to keep that in mind. Got to keep your body in shape, and got to keep kind of working to it. So, many different ways to go about it. So, I don't always do this one. You don't don't normally do this one, but I know a lot of you guys might might like it. They might they might drink it. But we're gonna see what you guys think, so we'll keep going. Uh, let's see. It was, all right, so I'll go with it. We'll still go with it. It'll work. We'll make the most of it. So I know a lot of you guys like to drink this type of drink when you guys were growing up, and a lot of you guys still like to drink it. I know a lot of you guys like to mention it while we're at the center, and it's usually pretty funny because we might be having something like lunch, and you guys might ask for it, or they might be waiting till they get home to have a glass or a cup of this, and a lot of times you might see some of the guys asking for it, or hear them asking for it, or things along the lines of that. But it's all right. They're all allowed. They could do it. And I bet mm, since since we've been on quarantine, I bet a lot of people have been drinking more of this. It's a pretty fashionable drink, and you hear about a lot of people talking about it and drinking it a lot more with having all this kind of free time and being able to kind of have it like having all this free time on their hands and not having all the responsibilities that they had once. Yes, you are correct. It's not a whiskey. It's just like a whiskey. A lot of times they kind of go together. They're not the same. They're not identical though. Starts with a G maybe. I don't. I hope. Could be wrong. But I thought it was a little something get a conversation goer started and a little something that you guys might get a kick out of and probably something you guys might be drinking. But hopefully you're not having too much of it. Hopefully you guys are being responsible about it, and hopefully you guys are making the most through this hard time that we have. But yeah, so I was thinking gin. A lot of people like to drink gin. Not everyone, but more of an acquired taste. Yep, exactly. On the rocks, you can mix it with things, put in a blender. Many different ways to go about it, but that was just a couple that I gave up and I gave out and see what you guys thought. So thanks. So next word, we got a three-letter word still. Still working on them, and it's something that you guys might chew. You don't tend to swallow it. You're not really supposed to swallow it, they say. They say when you swallow this, I mean, I don't know if it's true or not, but this is what I've heard when I was a little kid, and I guess it kind of stuck with me. And they always told you never swallow it because when you do it, it sits in your stomach and it'll never come out. So, kind of made me think twice about um, swallowing it, but never did. But it's something that you guys will probably chew. It's not necessarily something you might eat. A lot of times people might do it for some fresh breath or some different things along the lines of that. But what do you guys think? So a lot of times people they might have a piece of it. They might come in squares. I know there's one brand like Trident. Oh man, it's been so long since I've actually had to go buy any of them. Don't know any of the brands. I know they have the five. Oh my gosh, yeah, that's a whole nother thing. Getting it, it's very sticky. So that's something about it. Once you usually want to be very careful with it because if you get it stuck to anything, you're not getting it off. A lot of times they give this special type to little kids because they love it. Keeps them very active, entertained. Let's see. Hopefully I don't get it, give it away, but you're able to blow very big bubbles with this specific type of bubble. Did I give it? Hopefully. Oh, I think I did. So, you guys got it. Gum. So, bubble gum. You always see the little kids chewing it, and they love it because it's very entertaining. They blow big bubbles with it, and you kind of are able to give it to them, and they are able to get what's it called? They're able to kind of entertain themselves for a little while. So pretty cool, something different. But well, how about we move on? We'll move on to a couple four-letter words. We'll get a couple four-letter words for you guys and see what you guys think. So I so many words, so many words. Let's see. Let's see. I'm gonna pick a couple good ones for you guys. Picked out a couple beforehand that kind of help guide me through it to see what you guys might like, what you guys might think about. So we'll start off easy with these four-letter words. So let's see. Gotta think of a way to kind of describe this to you without giving it out. So if you're a husband, you normally have one of these in your life, technically. It's not always the situation, so don't go fact to fib. But we're gonna try to explain this in a nice little sense, in a nice way. So let's see. So we have boys and we have these. Mm, so let's say normally when I host my group in the center, I most of the people within my group are a bunch of males. They're all men sitting in my room. So most cases, these men are husbands to a certain little someone, and that little woman would be considered their wife. And this isn't going where I wanted it to go, but we're making the most of it. So these women, what are they considered? Oh man, you gotta watch. They're considered a lot of things. They're great. They're incredible to a lot of these men and to their husbands, and we're very grateful that they're helping out and taking care of them and helping out whatever they could do and help with. But a lot of times, you got it. So we have girls and we have boys. So a lot of times, maybe someone might have a baby girl. They might have a little baby boy. But exactly. So we're gonna keep going from there. So girls. Another word that you guys might have thought of was gals. It's a word that you guys might use to refer to women. Let's see. I'm gonna try thinking of some good ones for you guys. All right. So I bet you guys have probably had them. You guys have probably given them to your kids. You guys have probably, oh man, there's so many different ways to describe this one. But we'll say a light. A light does what when you turn it on? So not necessarily the word you might use for this. Perfect. We got them all. So so I'm thinking of these sticks that little kids like to use when they are little kids. Um, Normally I feel like you always think about them with like block parties or family parties when a lot of people are together and there's a lot of kids around, and they're usually for the kids. Even a lot of times Friday entertainment we have these going around sometimes, and people love them. They might wear them as a necklace. They might have these sticks that they're holding and they're kind of waving around. And it starts with a G. It's a four-letter word. See what you guys think. So another word is to kind of light something up or to kind of produce heat. So that's another way to think about it. So yeah, you got it. So I like to think about glow sticks with the word glow. Another good example was we had someone at the facility. We called her Glow. So pretty funny. A lot of times they might use it or refer to as like a glowing light or different things along the lines of that. So pretty cool. There's a lot of different ways to kind of describe it and kind of get it out of you. So let's see. I got another one for you guys. And we're going to switch it up a little bit. So it's still a four-letter word, but we're going to go something a little bit different. So I know we've been doing a lot of places, a lot of things. Let's go with an animal. So let's see how many four-letter word animals you could think of. I don't know how many they're going to be. I'm thinking of one specifically. So you guys got any? You might want to throw them out there for me. So So the way I like to describe this is there's many different types of these animals. Normally, you might find them on a farm, or you might see them in a farm in more areas around us, like in the U.S. But a lot of times you might see in movies, or you might see on the History Channel, or even the Animal Channel. You might see different these animals in different places. They might be in mountains. And when I like to think about that, exactly where I was going with it. So when I like to think about these types of animals, I've seen a video, and I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it so basically, so the video starts off with this animal. This animal, it looks like it's in a cave, and you can't really tell much from it. All you really see is the animal. You see it's moving around, and you see it kind of looking over something, but you don't really know what it's looking down at. All of a sudden, I guess the person taking the video starts to kind of um, so the person was very closely zoomed in. So let's just say they were 100 times zoomed in from where they were standing, and they're looking at this little cave within I guess a mountain or something along the lines of that. And all of a sudden you start to notice how close it was, and it was very clear. You could tell what animal it was. You could tell it was kind of in a cave, but that's all you could kind of really see. It was zoomed in a lot to only this little picture. And then within a couple seconds it zooms out fully, and you see this mountain. This mountain has to be the size of I couldn't even tell you. It almost looked like one of the buildings in the city. Let's just picture the Empire State Building, for instance. It was on 100th floor of this mountain, let's just say, in a little cave. And you almost think, how did it get up there? Because looking at this mountain, you see nothing but these little holes, but there's no type of road. There's no way to get up there. And if one of us tried to get up there, I think it would be extremely hard. But pretty cool to see them. I guess they're great climbers, and kind of got sidetracked a little bit. But to see how crazy good climbers they are, and to see that you or I would have never been able to walk up there, such as how this type of animal did, it was crazy. So overall, the word was a goat. Pretty cool animals. So just thought there's something funny, something you guys might get a nice little kick out of. But hey, that's all that matters. So we're gonna get another word for you guys, and hopefully you guys are gonna love it. So this is probably a pretty good one with all this going around right now. So we're washing our hands to get rid of bees. This is the word I'm looking for. It's still a four-letter word. It starts with the letter G. And a lot of times, you you don't necessarily have to be dirty, but you might have touched something. Thank you. I was happy I could get the clues out. I don't know how good they were. I don't know if they were for the right animal, but we're gonna keep her thumbs up and hope for the best. So this next word that we're going for, I like to think about it with this pandemic going on right now. So we have these little things that I guess they would cause diseases and many different things. And with this virus, we're trying to keep these away. We don't need them near us, and we're washing our hands a lot to get rid of these. So, good job, guys. Yep, germs. We're trying to get rid of these germs. We don't want these germs. These germs are no good for us. They're only doing bad, and that's why we're staying in to get rid of these germs. So, not only are we preventing it by staying in, we're helping everyone else out, and keeping our safe self. Keeping ourselves safe. Exactly. Yeah, there we go. So, pretty cool. So, I got, oh man, I wonder. So I got two good ones for you. So, a lot of times we use this a lot at the center when we're doing arts and crafts. We could use paint. We're able to use many different things. We have a wide variety of things accessible for you guys and able to help you guys out and do different things with. But a lot of times we like to cut out a picture and we might put it on another piece of paper. We don't always use staples or tape. We might want to use something that's a little bit less noticeable. And when it's more along the lines of paper on paper, you don't need something extra strong to keep it up there. But a lot of times you might use this. There's tons of different ways you're able to use it, but I was thinking of glue. Glue probably comes into you guys' days good amount. Many different things you're able to do with glue, and when something's broken, you're hopefully able to glue it back together. But I got one more good one for you guys that I think you guys might enjoy. So it's a type of sport or an activity that you guys might participate in. I know a lot of times it's a very kind of nonchalant sport. You're able to kind of go very easily. It's a not a walk in the breeze. It's a very difficult sport, but a lot of times people kind of do it to relax and kind of you don't see as many younger people and the younger generation playing this sport as much. So it's a little something to think about, but exactly. Very good. So, I like to play it. I've played it a good majority. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of technique and skill that goes into it, but basically you're hitting a ball into the hole. So, what do you guys think? That was a good one. I do like that one. But I was actually thinking of the word golf. So golf is an activity that a lot of you guys might like to play or even participate in, and it's a pretty cool sport and activity you're able to do. You get your own little golf cart and you're able to drive around in it, and it's pretty cool. Definitely a much different sport than most of these games that we see on TV or that you guys have might have played, but pretty good. So there's so many different ways to do it, so many different ways to play, so many techniques. So it's a hard game, and if you guys are good at it, hopefully you guys liked it. So I don't know how many you guys. So we're gonna end on. How about we'll end after this last word, but I got one pretty good word for you guys, and hopefully you guys will get it. So located in the Milky Way, what? And hopefully that didn't give it away. But let's say so. This is another big way to get it too. I hope. Hopefully you guys will understand it, and hopefully you guys will get a kick out of it. So when you guys are looking into phones, there's two big kind of phones that you're going to be looking into. And you're either going to be looking into, usually it's either the Samsung or we have an iPhone. And a lot of people usually pick the iPhone and Apple, and it's usually a little bit easier to kind of do things, and people are easier, it's an easier choice for them because there's so many different Samsungs. But there's a big Samsung phone that most people know, and it's not the Note actually, but it's this other one, and yeah, you got it. So I was thinking of Galaxy. So I have a Galaxy. That's the phone that I have actually, and they're known for great cameras. We're also located, I believe, in the Milky Way galaxy, so that's another something cool way to think about it. And yeah, we have millions and millions of stars within a galaxy, so many different ways to think about it, and end it on a positive note because a lot of things to think about. So pretty cool. Space is pretty cool, and hopefully you guys are hanging in there. Hopefully you guys are having fun. Hopefully you guys are making the most out of this quarantine stuff. So that's all I got for you today, and please feel free to reach out to us for any concerns or if you guys need anything or any pros or cons on the video. So thank you guys, and thanks for your feedback, and we'll see you guys soon. So have a great day. Stay active, stay healthy. Very good. Thank you guys. Bye bye.